Reducing inequalities is one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals created by the United Nations. There has been some improvement in reducing poverty. The countries most prone to poverty and inequality are the least developed and landlocked developing countries, as well as small island developing states. These areas are continually making progress, however, it is still there in large quantities.
To reduce poverty, it has been decided that economic growth is not all that needs to be helped. If one wants to reduce poverty, it has to be inclusive to everyone. It also has to have the 3 dimensions of sustainable development, which are economic, social, and environmental.
Policies should be put in place to reduce inequality. These policies include paying attention to the needs of disadvantaged and marginalized people. These countries should also continue favoring exports from developing countries. In 2016, over 64.4% of products exported by the least developed countries to world markets faced zero tariffs, an increase of 20% since 2010. A tariff is when there is a tax on a particular export or import. This could help developing countries because it would provide extra money to the developing countries if they put a tariff on their products.
Children from the poorest 20% of the population are 3 times more likely to die before the age of 5 than people from the richest bracket. This is a significant divide which is very problematic because poor people cannot get the financial help they need and cannot afford medication or operations to save that child. People with disabilities are up to 5 times more likely than the average to incur in catastrophic health expenditures. Especially in the poor bracket of people, they may not be able to afford medical procedures that are needed for that individual.
Women who live in rural areas are 3 times more likely to die while giving birth than women giving birth in rural areas. This could be because there are not as many doctors or nurses, as well as hospitals in rural areas. To have equal opportunities to women in urban areas, there should be more medical centers set up in rural areas.
Up to 30% of income inequality is due to inequality within households, between men and women. Although gender equality is better in certain countries compared to others, there are still inequalities in wages in most countries. This could also affect family life because if women are being paid less than men, then they will not be able to provide for a family as easily.
Here are 5 of the 10 targets we hope to achieve by the year 2030.
Target 1. To progressively achieve and maintain the income growth of the bottom 40% of the population at a rate higher than the national average.
Target number 2. To empower and promote social, economic, and political inclusion of all, regardless of age, sex, race, gender, disability, religion, or economic status.
Target 3. To ensure equal opportunity and reduce inequalities of outcome, including elimination of discriminatory laws, policies, and practices, promoting appropriate legislation and action in this regard.
Target number 4. To ensure voice and representation for developing countries in global international economics and financial institutions.
Target 5. To facilitate safe and organized migration through migration policies.